Grab your Bible and a Diet Mountain Dew because it's time for the Brother Byron podcast. Listen in as Brother Byron brings you thought-provoking insights from his 30-plus years in the ministry. Now here's Brother Byron.
Happy New Year's, friends. Brother Byron, another Brother Byron podcast on this, this is Thursday, January the 2nd. It's been a week since I did a podcast. Lots of things have happened in between now and then. I guess today I don't have a particular topic, just a whole bunch of stuff. Kind of like I had a episode called Hodgepodge Lodge. That's what this is, Hodgepodge Lodge, episode 2, I guess. We've had some strange weather around here last week. Started out at the beginning of the week, it's unseasonably warm temperatures. I mean, in the 60s, blue skies, perfect. You know, you go outside barefooted. Well, not quite, but it was warm. And then as the middle of the week got here, rain and just rain and more rain and then some rain. And then it started getting unseasonably cold. Well, I guess it wasn't unseasonably. It was seasonably cold because today it's cold. The low tonight is 28. And then it's supposed to get down to 19 degrees tomorrow night. And Sunday, our high is 37 with rain showers. And they're talking like we're going to have snow. And so everybody's going out and buying up the milk and the bread so they can make their milk sandwiches and such. It's been crazy out. We had to go out yesterday. My wife had to take our youngest daughter to the clinic because she's really sick, and they were gone a long time. There's a whole lot of people there, and she come back and said going to have to go back out to get the prescription they'd called in, and so I went with her to go back out, and it was crazy. I mean, I guess everybody and their brother was off from work, and it being New Year's Day, I guess, but boy, it was packed. And I'm talking about in Blaine, Tennessee, where the population is probably, I don't know, 2,000 people at the most in the whole populace of Blaine. But everybody was at the Blaine Food City and the medical clinic, and there's a Taco Bell that they built a year and a half or so ago. They're building a Waffle House now. And I'll be honest with you, I've been to Waffle House 2 times my entire life. Not that there's anything wrong with Waffle House. It's just one of those places I just had never been to. My parents didn't ever take us to one. So I really, I don't have any experience with them. We, at one point our office was off Dutchtown Road, and there's a Waffle House on the end of it at Cedar Bluff. And, we one time from work ordered from them from Waffle House, went and picked it up. And I think I had a hamburger or something. It wasn't very good. It was cold by the time I ate it. But I don't know. Since it's going to open up in Blaine before too long, I guess we'll give her a try. Everybody seems to like it pretty good. I guess if you're, like a lot of grease and fat, and that's where the place to be. And that's what I like. So, but anyway, I'm over this cold weather already. I know it's just now starting winter time, and we still got a few months to get through it. We'll have snows up till maybe April. You just never know. Around East Tennessee, one day it'll be 70, 80 degrees, and the next day we'll have snow. But I'm ready for spring. I don't like cold weather. And of course, all this weird weather has made everybody sick. Like I said, my youngest daughter had to go to the clinic. My oldest daughter, she'd already been last week and gotten medicine for it. My son, he's not went to the clinic, but he's been sick. They've all had bronchitis, laryngitis, upper respiratory infections. So they've all been really sick. Fortunately, Mary and I have stayed well so far, but only time will tell. I'd say it's probably coming our way before long. See, church went good Sunday. I was able to preach a message about our church theme, which this year I called our church theme Yesterday's Faith, Tomorrow's Vision. And I wanted the church to remember all the great things that God has done for us in the past, all the great services, all the, the crowds of people and everything that so many people remember from back in the day. And I took them all the way back to the beginning of the church in 1939 and worked our way forward. But I then told them we didn't want to get stuck in the past. We're going to remember it and remember those men and women of faith that God used to build that church and to support it and to reach lost people through it. But we weren't going to get stuck back there. We're going to look toward the future and what God would have us do. And our main focus is going to be sharing the gospel with the lost and dying world. That is our main focus. Our focus is not trying to grow, get bigger, or more people or anything like that. Our focus is the gospel. And like I told the church, if God wants to grow the church or, make a bigger congregation there, that's up to him. So, only God can build the church. Man labors in vain to build it. But we're going to focus on the gospel, sharing it. And I think it was received well. It seemed to get some good feedback from it. Already got some folks that are, working toward the goal of sharing the gospel more. And so I'm thankful for that. We did not have services last night on Wednesday. It being New Year's Day, we decided not to have service for Wednesday night. As well as most churches in this area did the same thing. Now, there were a few that did hold services. And whether you did or whether you didn't, it doesn't make you any better or any worse than the other. Nowhere in the Bible are we told to, go to Wednesday night prayer meeting. But, I think we ought to be there when the church is open, but a lot of churches closed. There were some open. I watched, last night I watched Fellowship Baptist Church in Maryville, Tennessee, where Brother Tom Hatley pastors. Listened to him preach. Did a good job. And then I turned and listened to Freedom Baptist in Rural Hall, North Carolina, where my brother-in-law, Pastor John White, is the pastor, has been for many years. And he did a wonderful job as well. He always does. And so I watched most of their service. And then I watched some of Brother Jonathan's services from this past week at Calvary. So even though I wasn't at our church, I was in several other churches last night via the internet. So let's see. I did miss being at our church. Now, Mary and I went, I don't remember, Saturday, I think, last Saturday, and did a lot of work. We took no, it wasn't Saturday, it was Monday. We took down the Christmas tree, packed away all the ornaments, straightened up the room that it all goes in. Still got a little work to do there. Went and bought a big wire rack shelf with wheels I put in there so that we could store things. And I've got another rack for garments that I just had delivered yesterday. I'm going to take to the church and put together. There's a whole bunch of robes in that room. I guess it looks like maybe angel robes where they've had plays. And there's a stack in there, probably, I don't know, there might be over 100 of them. And the thing they were on broke down. So I've got this new garment rack, and hopefully it's going to work out. If not, I'll find something else, but we're going to put that in. And I started working on putting up the projector screen, and turns out I probably didn't need a 120-inch screen because it's about, I don't know, about this much on both sides too long to be able to mount it on the wood frame that's behind there in the baptistry. So I've already ordered some brackets to mount it with, which I'm praying that there's sheetrock on the side of the baptistry, unlike the other side, which feels like concrete. I don't know, it must be plaster or something on that other side. It's hard as a rock. But I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to mount those brackets up there to hang it on, and get that knocked out. So we did all that, and so my vacation officially ended this morning, and back to the old grindstone, or should I say the old keyboard, because that's what I do. I sit behind a keyboard all day. And surprisingly enough, I was not covered up completely. I was able to clear out my inbox. wasn't all that much in there. There was a lot of people being off during the same time I was. Nothing outstanding waiting on me to have to, hurry and get done. I've written several knowledge articles today already, and got those posted. Um, so back to work. And let's see, since the last time I did a podcast, I've been reading in my Martin Lloyd-Jones Romans series, the one I've talked about so much that everybody's sick of it except for me. And but I've been reading that. I'm in the first book, of course, Romans chapter 1. I think I'm on starting chapter 6 of it, and it's just like the sermons, so it's everything in the sermons I've listened to that it's in book form. So it's great for me, and I love the repetition. I like to hear it, I like to read it, and it sticks in my mind better that way. But here's a pretty cool thing. I was going through Pastor Sexton's book list. He's got a list out there called the pastor's I don't remember, library or pastor's book list, something like that. And he gave it to us when I started Crown College. I had a copy, and I was trying to get a few of the books here and there, that he recommended, and not just the books for, seminary, but just other books that he recommended. But this is one that I really didn't even realize he had on his list, but I was going through his list and I saw it and I was like, hey, wow, I wish I'd known this. And it is another Martin Lloyd-Jones book. See this? Yep. Spiritual Depression, Its Causes and Cure. And this looks like it's going to be really good. It's pretty good sized book. There's 21 chapters, and I believe that equals the 21 sermons that each chapter is based on. Let me just quickly read you his foreword here, and you can see what this book's about. He says, and this is, by the way, written by Martin Lloyd-Jones, this foreword. It says, these sermons were preached on consecutive Sunday mornings at Westminster Chapel and are here produced virtually as they were delivered. The need for them arose as the result of pastoral experience, and they are now published in book form, largely as the result of repeated requests that they might be issued in this form. Believing as I do that the greatest need of the hour is a revived and joyful church, the subject dealt with in these sermons is to me of the greatest possible importance. Unhappy Christians are, to say the least, a poor recommendation for the Christian faith. And there can be little doubt but that the exuberant joy of the early Christians was one of the most potent factors in the spread of Christianity. The treatment of the subject is by no means exhaustive. I've tried to deal with what I've found to be the commonest causes of trouble. In several instances, the relationship between the physical, the physic, and the spiritual. I would have liked to deal with the problem more thoroughly, but that was hardly possible in a sermon. In any case, sermons are not intended for the experts, but for the common people and those who are in need of help. I pray that God will bless them to all such. All who may derive some help from them will want to join with me in thanking Mrs. Hutchings, who originally took down the sermons in shorthand, and my wife, who looked after corrections, proofreading, etc. And it's signed D.M. Lloyd-Jones, Dr. Martin Lloyd-Jones, Westminster Chapel, September 1964. So this book's been around for a while, but I didn't know it. And you know me, I like to read about what folks say about spiritual depression and things like that. And I guess Martin Lloyd-Jones is gonna kick me in the hind end with this book. That little statement there he made about the what did he say? Let's see. Unhappy Christians are, to say the least, the poor recommendation for the Christian faith. Wow. He's already kicked me. No, I'm not unhappy. I just go through spouts here and there. So, we'll give him a break on that one. But, anyway, I'm looking forward to reading through that as well. And let's see. Well, with this being the new year, it's time to start our daily Bible reading through the Bible in a year. Now, my wife and I try to do this every year. She usually succeeds. I usually fail. That's pretty bad since I'm the pastor, huh? But what I usually do, I go to Blue Letter Bible, and they have these reading plans. They got different types. Some are canonical, some are chronological, different things. I like the ones that go from Genesis to Revelation straight through, and it's just it gives you a certain amount of verse or chapters to read every day, and then by the end of the year, you've gone through the entire Bible. Now, she's went through it several times. I always start out good. And what happens to me, though, is while I'm reading the Bible, uh, sermon ideas keep popping up, and that's one of the things Pastor Sexton and Brother Paulie used to say, the Bible's not a sermon book. Remember, it's the Word of God. And we need to use it for its application for our lives and not just use it as a sermon tool. But when that's what you do, when you're a preacher and something just stands out, the Holy Spirit illuminates the scripture, and the next thing you know, I'm off on a rabbit trail, getting a sermon ready and prepared, and so my reading gets skewed, and before you know it, I'm failing at my schedule, and I get behind, and then try to make it up, and then I'm like, well, I'm so far back now, there's no sense trying to get back on track. But speaking of Bibles, a few weeks ago, I bought a Charles Spurgeon Study Bible. I may have said something about it in another podcast. I can't remember, but I hadn't been using it because, quite frankly, I forgot about it. When it came to me, it was in a box, but there was no plastic around the Bible, uh, so it looked like it had gotten messed up somehow, maybe in shipping, or it could have been used. I don't know. It don't look used, but the cover was folded up inside the box, and so it was all messed up. The cover was just kind of up like that, looked like a dead animal in the middle of the road with his legs hanging up. But I didn't want to send it back. I mean, I got a good price on it, and they had them run them on sale, and I didn't want to send it back, but let me just show it here to you. So what I did is I laid it flat over on a cart I have over here, and I laid a bunch of heavy books on top of it to get it back in shape, and I did. It's perfect now. It's in great shape. Um, so I'd forgotten about it, and I was talking with Brother Jonathan the other night, and he said, "Hey, how do you like your Spurgeon study Bible?" Because he has one, and he really loves it. And I was like, you know what? I completely forgot I had that. And so I'm glad it reminded me. I dug it out the other day, and was glad to see that it's all back where it needs to be in good shape. And I've been using it. So the last 2 days I've been using it for my daily Bible study, and I'm liking it a lot. It is really nice. It's there's so many things in it too. It's got a bunch of Spurgeon's notes in it, things from his lectures, his sermons, letters he's written. Look at this. Let me show you this right here if I can get it in front of the camera. There we go. Right there. Look at all that. It's got I guess that's his handwriting. I guess it's just the photocopy of, boy, if he writes that good, that's something. Anyway, I can't write like that. Um it's it looks like a handwritten letter, and it's got all these, openings and explanations and everything in it. In the back of it, it's got a whole bunch of tools and stuff. And man, I like it. It's really nice Bible. Now, I think this is probably, it's not genuine leather. It's leather, I guess. I don't know. Bonded. I think it's bonded leather is what it is. But that's fine. It's not like I'm going to carry it around with me and, preach from it, or, anything like that, or go out, on the highways and hedges and compel people to come in holding this Bible. I've got plenty of others for that. I do like it. The only thing that I don't like is it's not thumb indexed. See that? Now I like a thumb index Bible. Now some people, they make fun of you if you want a thumb index. What, you don't know where the books of the Bible are? You got to have a thumb index. Oh, you bunch of smart alecks. Of course, I know where the books of the Bible are, but it's much more convenient for me to be able to see it on the thumb index and go straight to it. I can't stand to be like somewhere and going to hear somebody preach and they say, turn to the book of, or turn to John chapter or Isaiah chapter, or, get back in the Old Testament, some of those books, you know, um, turn to Amos chapter 1. And, if you don't have a thumb index, it's kind of hard to get to. It's, it's there toward the end of the Old Testament, but then, I'm flipping right now through Ezekiel and Isaiah and Daniel, and I know it's just right up here. There it is, just past Joel, Amos. And so sitting in the in the pew with the preacher telling you where to turn, and here I'm flipping all through there and doing all kinds of stuff trying to get to it, and he starts reading, you know, and that aggravates me. I don't like that. But if I've got a thumb index, I can say, "Oh, Amos, whoop," and I'm one of the first ones to have it ready and open. So I do like a thumb index, thank you. And if that makes me a little child, then so be it. But I do like it, and I like this Bible. So we'll see how it holds up under my daily Bible reading. We'll find out. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh yeah, so I've been messing around with these sermon shorts, sermon reels. The little clips, excerpts from sermons. And if you go on YouTube, you see those shorts. It's just little 90-second clips, usually 90 seconds. And, you can just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling through those things, and they'll repeat themselves too. If you leave it up, it'll just keep on repeating and repeating and repeating. So I decided I wanted to try to do some of these little sermon clips, shorts, reels, whatever. And so I was figuring out ways to do it. Now I could do it on my own using like AVS editor. I could sit down and edit it all out and put my own captions and all that stuff in there. It would just take me hours upon hours to do it that way. And I know there's programs out there that makes it really simple. So I've been looking into those, and I did find some. One of them that I found that I really do like. I've got it over here on this other screen. Let me see if I can pull it up here so that you can see it. Let me switch this right there. Okay, so you see it right here. It's called Descript, DESCRIPT.com. Web.descript.com is the website. And what you do, you can either upload your sermon or you can put in the YouTube URL and they'll import it, which is the way I did this one. And then they have all these options for you to edit. Now, the great thing about this is, of course, it pulls up the captions, and all you do is what you do is you click on it, and you can, like, if I want to take that part out, just like using Word document, just highlight it and hit delete, and it'll take all that part out. And so you can go through and pick and choose the verses that you want to use in your clip. And it also lets you correct, because the captioning for somebody that talks like me, that's from the South, these AIs can't pick up your dialect real well, and so they think I'm saying one thing and I'm really saying another. So I have to make sure and go through and look and make sure that the text is right. And if it's wrong, all you do is you highlight it and you go up here and hit correct and put in the correct spelling. And once you do all that, and you you choose what kind of fonts you want and where you want it on the screen and everything, and then you pick the size that you want it to be and everything, and you publish it. You can download it and everything, and this works really good. But here's the problem: it has a watermark. And the only way to get rid of the watermark is to go up here and hit upgrade. And as you see, it is not cheap. So a monthly subscription is $44. That's their second tier. I go up here to compare plans. Of course, they put this more expensive one on here. Compare plans. So right here we see $24 for the hobbyist plan, and it just goes up. And $24 a month? Are you kidding me? 10 transcription hours per month. That's probably enough. 20 uses a month, basic AI suite, 30 minutes a month of AI. I don't know, you know. Yeah, of course, this is the most popular they claim. $44. Can you imagine spending $44 a month for this thing? I just wouldn't do them if it's going to cost me that. Now, if this was down about $15 a month, I'd probably do that. But I'm not going to pay that kind of money for this program. And so I was looking for more, and I do have, you know, I'm on Canva. I've got a Canva on my phone, and I've got an account. I don't pay for anything. It's a free account. And I discovered you can do it for free on Canva. The only problem is on Canva, you have to already have your clip, and you upload the video clip, and then you add the captions and any special things and such. And so I did that. I edited it. I took my sermon that I wanted these shorts from. It was a sermon I preached a few months ago. Come and Dine was the name of the sermon. But there's parts in it I wanted to put in this short. Come unto me, where Jesus keeps saying, come unto me. And so I edited it on my computer through AVS software, which I own that. I've been using AVS for years. And so I got it down to a minute and 54 seconds of the things I want in there. Well, they want you to have 90-second ones, but, you know, mine was a little longer. And so, you can do that anyway through Canva. And so I uploaded to Canva, put in the captions and, the special things, put the video orientation the way, you know, it looks like a short and all that, and saved it. And it works good. It works great. I'll click it on here for you and just let you see.
And so here we find the universal call of God. What is it? It's come. It's come. It's come. He told his disciples in Mark chapter 1, verse 17, come you after me, and I'll make you to become fishers of men. There was that call. Come. In Matthew 11, 28, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. In Matthew 16, 24, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. He said in John 7 and 37, if any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink. Did you see all that? Do you see that calling of God there in our opening text? Come and dine. Come ye after me. Come unto me. Come after me. Come and follow me. And that's what he's asking for us to do, is just come to him. Come on. That call is the same call that is still used today. That lost sinner that you think was probably never going to listen to the gospel and allow it to penetrate their heart and allow the Holy Spirit to draw them to be saved. Oh, friends, he's still making that call. Hey, 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 come. Come. Don't go to hell. Don't leave here lost. Come. Come unto me. Are you burdened down? Come here. Come here. If you got kids, those kids come to you and something's happened to them, they're crying and they're hurting, and you look at them and you say, come here. And you wrap your arms around them and say, I got you. I got you. Oh, it's the Lord. Come here. I died for you. Come here. I shed all my blood for you. Come here. I love you. That's all he's asking. Come to him.
So anyway, you can see there how that worked. It worked pretty good, I thought. I was pleased with it. Let me go back to the other screen. And you're going to hear the hand clapping because, it's, it's automatically in there. So here we go. So thank you. Thank you very much. Glad to be here. But so I've been messing around with these things, trying to get these clips and sermon audio. I know there's a way on there to do it. I'm pretty sure there is. And I know there's a section, because I've already uploaded this one to sermon audio, and you choose sermon short or something like that. Anyway, and you do that and it puts it in a category for, the shorts, and YouTube does the same thing. When I uploaded this to YouTube, it automatically made it a short because of the way it was formatted and everything. And so that was pretty cool. And then uploaded it to Facebook as well. Now, speaking of that, I'm pretty sure Facebook lets you create them on there as well through their software. I started to do that, and it was that 90-second thing. So I uploaded the video that I wanted, or I chose the one I wanted from the Facebook live stream, and it said must be 90 seconds or less. And so I didn't want to mess with it and everything, on Facebook and figure it out. So I've not tried to figure it out. I'll probably look more at that. But until then, this is what I'm going to, mess around with. If anybody has any experience in this and knows something easier or something not too expensive, like I said, $15 a month, I could probably see doing that for that service. I don't know about going 24 is a lot. 19 maybe. I don't know. There's so many things I'm already, putting out for sermon audio and Microsoft subscriptions, and I've got a Google Plus plan that I'm having to pay extra for and everything. The websites, the extra emails, and all that stuff, and it starts adding up. And before you know it, you're spending a lot of money on this stuff. But anyway, if you have any ideas or you experience with it, let me know. Just send me an email. You can send it to pastor at northsideknox.com or my Gmail, byronchesney@gmail.com. And I'd love to have any help if you can offer it. Let's see, what else? Resolutions, New Year's resolutions. I don't know if you've made those. I don't really do that much. It's always the same: lose some weight, eat better, lose weight. I've already blown that. It's 2 days in, and I've already blown that one. Now Mary's told me, she said, you don't start it in the middle of the week. You got to wait till Monday. She's much smarter than I am, so I'm going to wait till Monday, because we have all this stuff left over from Christmas too. We're going to have this junk. So Monday, I guess I'll start. I've got a doctor's appointment at the end of February where I'm supposed to have lost 392 pounds. Not quite that much, but supposed to have lost, I think, 15. And I'm not there yet. So I'm going to have to buckle down come Monday. I think there's a country song or some kind of song. Come Monday, it'll be all right. Yeah. Come Monday, I'm going to start eating better. So I guess that's all I had for today. And, it's been pretty fun just hodgepodge lodging it. So tomorrow Friday, we'll see about another podcast. Don't know. And hope you're having a good New Year's so far. And don't forget church Sunday. If I don't talk to you again, come to Northside. If you don't have a church to go to, come out and we'll treat you right. And save a seat for you. What's that hotel that leaves a light on for you? We'll leave a seat open for you. And anyway, so that's all we have for today. This is Brother Byron, and I'm out.